Thank you for joining us. This is Health Your Own Way podcast, and I am your host, Akins. Welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to be discovering how to create a cruelty-free space in your home. I really want to have this conversation. So my guest speaker is Risha Walden. She's an expert in vegan interior design, a principal creative owner of Walden's Interiors. So I want to say thank you for being part of this platform. I know we don't really normally talk about stuff like this, but I feel like it's really relative and when it comes to our own space and our own time and our own health. So before we start, anything you want to add about yourself or say hi?
Hi. No, thanks for having me, Mo. I'm so excited to talk about this topic because I think people don't realize how important the space is, or their space is, to their mental health, their physical well-being. And as an interior designer, that is my passion, and that's really what I strive to help my clients create a safe space.
No, honestly, I like what you say. Sorry to cut you off. I like what you said because you're right. When I first heard your name and I was like, interior design, I'm like, I don't understand. Then I sat back there and I researched it. I'm like, you know what? Yes, because right now my house is a mess. I see it. I see it. And I'm like, if I could have that little space where I come home after a long day and I just at peace, and sometimes you may need someone like yourself help to create that space. So to kick off, when you see cruelty-free space, educate me, because I had to do some research and I don't even think I even understand the concept first.
Well, it's something that is just kind of growing in momentum because people weren't really thinking about cruelty-free or what they put in their space. I mean, we're thinking about beauty and making it functional. And that is also really important. The cruelty-free aspect just comes from bring the things that you bring into your home, that they're free of that violence, of that trauma, of that
I think I understand.
of that
negativity.
Negativity. Yes. And it's carrying that energy and you're bringing it into your home. Why, it's emitting that into your life, into where you live. And in my opinion, you don't want to have that. And cruelty free means animal products that are free of any animals, any animal byproduct, etc. So you're not using animal products in your home. When I became vegan 6 years ago, I was an interior designer, I've been for over a decade, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, okay, I wasn't even thinking about how prolific animal products are in our home.
Okay.
So this was really interesting because I had chosen not to eat animals. Mm-hmm. And when I sat back very quickly, I was like, oh my God, what a hypocrite I am. Because I'm not eating animals. I'm really saving animals, but I'm selling them. I'm making my money off of selling them. I'm like, what is that? And then I thought, I'm not eating it because of the cruelty that's associated with animals. And yet I'm selling it and I have it in my home. And that cruelty, there is no way to procure an animal product unless it's in violence. You have to kill the animal. It has to be dead. You're not putting live cows on your walls or on your floors. You got the cowhide, right?
You never know. Sorry, you never know.
Well, maybe you do, right? Maybe you do. Maybe you have a farm and the animals live right next to you, which is fine. But in this case, in interior design, and particularly luxury interior design, animal products, are really considered cachet. They have a certain value attached to it that is considered luxury. And yet those products are only acquired through violence and through trauma of the animal. And then you're bringing that into your home. And I thought, this is not good energy. This is not the kind of energy that I want my life to be surrounded with. And I don't want that for my clients either. Because a home is, and we were speaking prior to coming on here live, but a home is your sanctuary. It should be the place that supports you and helps rejuvenate you. We've been in our homes working for a long time, so the home has even become more important. Previously, we'd be coming back, from wherever we were from work and being out, and the chaos that can happen, and then to return to our homes and feel that relief, and that safe feel of safety, that we're in our homes, that support us, that look after us. That's really important. But even this past year now, we're in our homes a lot more, and they should reflect back to us this wonderful life that we are creating, that you are creating. You're created, your family, your friends, your whole, you know, what you want your life to represent, and your home and should reflect back to you all that abundance. Because we often forget, you know, we get inundated with all these other messages and how terrible life is, etc. And then we need those physical reminders too, that can say, oh, this is why I'm here. This is what I've done. This is why I have a wonderful life. And here is a representation of it. And I think that's really, really important in your mental health, in your physical health, and general well-being. So
no, like when you were talking, I was taking in what you're saying. It's so true. Like I don't think I have any animal products, maybe food wise, but I'm just saying in respects to decoration. But you're right. Like sometimes you forget that there's certain type of aura out there. Like, you know, there's certain type of, you know, alternative health, spiritual health,
right.
like your well-being, right? And sometimes you don't know how you may realize, you know, that effect of that specific and maybe like let's just like a fur. Let's just go with fur. That's the only thing of it.
Yeah.
Like let's
sure.
say you have a nice fur on the ground. It looks nice, but you don't know how that could be affecting you internally. But having like a nice plant, you know, like a nice something bright, something light, something that kind of gives oxygen in the air and kind of makes your environment clean and allows you to rest and relax. Even waterfalls. I'm thinking like a nice little waterfalls with some plants and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking,
right. Plants are alive. You know, they're adding to this idea of life, right? A dead animal's skin on the floor is dead. It has that energy, and it was acquired. It wasn't like the animal died and you gently strip the skin off. It was killed for.
Okay. Yeah,
right.
Sure. I don't need the visual aspects, but I get it. I don't need the visual aspects. I think,
I'd like to say, Mo, that because this is a misconception. A lot of people think, oh, I don't have many animal products in my home. I don't have a leather sofa. And it's amazing, really, when you stop and look how many animal products we do keep in our home that we don't even think twice about. And a couple of examples would be wool. You may have a wool carpet.
Really?
Yeah, because animals, wool comes from a sheep and it's sheared, right? So a lot of people don't realize, oh, yeah, okay, my carpets are wool. That's an animal product. Another animal product, which we often don't think about, is down. And they probably are prolific in your bedroom in pillows, duvets, throw pillows around the house, even in upholstered furnishings. They use down in the cushions for the fluffing, unless you know for a fact that they haven't used down. Probably there is down in that product. And down is acquired. Down is the soft under feathers of geese, ducks and geese.
Thank you. The
right?
little thing that looks like,
yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And they don't get it from, well, okay, I can tell you how you get it, but most of down is live plucked, which is the animal is needing this. They pluck it live from the animals, like pulling out your hair, and then they let the animal grow it again so that they can use it again, right? Now, that is violent. I mean, can you imagine someone pulling out your hair and then saying, hey, grow it again, and we'll do it until, we no longer need you. These are commodities. So, so there are lots of little places where we don't even know, or we don't even realize that animal products in our home.
Okay. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I just had a moment. I think.
It's, and so when you start, I'm not trying to be too visual or graphic about it,
but you have to be. Like, unless like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be
because
honest, you have to, because nobody, you don't grasp it until you actually, someone kind of gives you a visual aspect. Okay,
yeah,
because like, don't get me wrong, it's a nice cushion and stuff, but then the effect, the required effect that's needed to create that kind of cushion you want, it comes with violence. And I guess, is there other alternatives that I need to now go buy a new pillowcase?
okay, so yeah, I mean, do you need to throw out everything and
Yes.
start again? Well, we're in a world of sustainability, and I've been a vegan for 6 years. I have products in my home that I acquired 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and they're animal products, wool carpets, silk carpets, down. I don't think it makes sense to take it all, throw it out, and start again. I mean, it's costly, and it's time consuming, and we don't need more garbage on our dumps. We don't need to be throwing out more things. And these products still have life. So, my thought is, okay, if it's working for you, if it's enhancing your life, if it's bringing joy into your home, then you keep it. But going forward, you start thinking about these things that you are bringing into your home. What is it associated with? And in making those choices, you're now creating the kind of world that you want, not just inside your home, but outside of your home. Do you really want to contribute to the kind of violence that is happening outside your home in order for you to have this down pillow in your home? Now, don't throw out your down pillow, but go forward. Think, okay, maybe I don't need that down pillow. And yes, there are amazing alternatives to all these animal products. I mean, technology is a wonderful thing. I do a talk when I in person, and I bring along a pillow that is downfilled, and I bring along the exact same pillow that is a polyfill, man-made material. And I pass it around and I say, okay, tell me which one is real, which one is a down, and which one is fake. And I can tell you, nobody ever gets it right. Very few. I mean, people are like, okay, which one? And you can't tell the difference. You cannot tell the difference between the two. They act exactly the same. You can fluff it up. They're cozy. They're comfortable. They look great. They hold their shape. It's not a problem about the product.
I understand what you're saying, because you're right. Like, I think it's more of self-awareness, and going forward, try to create a space that welcomes peace, and look for, if when you're buying things, look for things that could, granted, I know it sounds weird, everybody, but like, sometimes you don't realize how certain items or certain materials can affect your mental state or your aura around you. So, bringing things that can make your space safe, as well as help you with your mental state, is something that, what I understood from you, Risha, is what you're trying to relate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for anybody that was interested, in learning more about what you offer, about your business, what's the best platform to reach you out on?
You can come to my website, Walden-interiors with an s.com. You can connect with me there, and all my links for social media are on there: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Perfect. We're gonna have that right there in the video, as well as the show notes. Like, I honestly, you've changed my life already in the last 15 minutes. I don't think anybody really takes into fact about the animal products as required for certain items. Even the whole doubt thing, that kind of shaked me. I know going forward, I am self-aware, and I think it's good. Even not only the whole cruelty-free space in your home, as well as creating a space. Let's say if you want animal products, and I know you're an interior designer, like, yes. I think it's really important, per se, if you have a home, building that space for you, or creating that environment that helps you with your mental health. And I think that's what you do. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely. I really believe that your space is so important in helping you thrive. we're on Zoom here, and you can see in my background, I have an office that is saturated in color. I love orange. So I come into my office and it's the ceiling, the walls. I mean, it makes me feel great. I like being in here. I want to work in here. I feel good when I come in here. And that's how your space should feel. It should help foster those good feelings so that you want to be there. You want to be, it's helping you. I mean, there are times I come in, I don't want to work, but I feel good in my space. And that just gets me set up to move forward. It's just one step of many steps that I do to, keep myself healthy and keep my mindset right. But
I want that. Right now, I don't have that. I come and I see chaos.
Yeah.
But when I move, I'll have that space.
Right.
Now,
so, I mean, it's just little steps. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight. It's about getting yourself, organized and just cleaning up one little space at a time to say, okay, I'm going to remove everything and put it into one corner. Just one corner. So only this corner is chaotic, and it's going to have all the stuff that is lying around and everything. And then I'm going to slowly clean that up, right? So that otherwise, if it's all over your home, you're like, I got some shit there and I got stuff over here and it's lying over there. If it's lying everywhere, you don't even know where to start. So I say, start clearing things and make one central space that you can put your stuff, whether it's a big box, and then you don't know what to do with, but as you're clearing, you put in the box, and then you already have clear area and you can go to the box. Or maybe you realize in 8 months, the box is sitting there, you haven't gone to it. Do you really need this stuff in your life? Has it really enhanced your life? Because you haven't looked at anything. You haven't needed anything in the box. Do you really need it now? We accumulate. We're accumulators.
There's some hoarders out there. Yes. There's some hoarders.
I mean, even without meaning to, I don't know, stuff, grows.
Yes, it does. And I think I did some cleaning over the past few weeks. I was just like, this gotta go. This is too much. I'm like, looking like, no, this gotta go. I appreciate your time with this, because I feel like a lot of people do forget that your space is supposed to help you with your mental state. And sometimes we're so busy that we don't realize how chaotic our environment could affect our mental state. Even with the whole cruelty-free space part, that itself is something that needs to be added as well when we start thinking of our space.
Sure.
And before I let you go, is there anything else you want to add, or what's next for you, and what are you looking to do that you want to share with us today?
Well, I'm really about awareness and education about vegan interior design. Having an interior designer can be an expensive proposition, but these are ideas that you can incorporate yourself on a smaller scale. And I think the vegan portion and not thinking about animal products for me is really an empowerment, because it allows me to make choices. So even if you don't make those choices, maybe towards animal products, and you're thinking, okay, that doesn't bother me. The thing is that just knowing that I have a choice is empowering. And then those choices are what is helping create the kind of world that I want to live in. And so these choices are important.
I like choices.
Yeah.
I do. I think you can't have a choice without having education of what options are out there.
Exactly. So good. Thank you, Mo. That's excellent. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you for being part of this platform. You've educated me. I really, really wanted to have this conversation with you, because I thought it's something different. And I'm just like, okay, we don't really think about it often or at all. So it's nice for you to provide me some of that feedback and entertain me, as well as scare me. But thank you. Thank you. We're glad to have you join us. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share with anyone that needs to be empowered and inspired. And don't forget to join us next week for the next episode of Health Your Way podcast. Have a good day, you guys.